to get the shop stewards and other workers sacked, and has then been disputed with the union to try and get the full facts of what happened brought out, and a decent settlement and support for the union. And that's still an ongoing struggle, I think, as Gordon will explain. So this is perhaps the end of the battle with ICPS on the legal question, but there are issues still ongoing in relation to the union. So I'll just let Gordon explain, and then if you have any questions, we can come in on them.
Again, my name's Gordon Neal, and I'd just like to say that this is a very momentous day in my life. It's taken 6 years to get to the stage of battling the employer through the various industrial tribunals, and twice now in the Court of Appeal, to prove that what I had said all along was that I was in an official lawful strike ruled by the Tribunal and Court of Appeal, and that I was sacked from my political duties as a trade unionist. And this is a very momentous ruling, particularly from Northern Ireland, where we've had systemically for the last 30 years political opinion would usually have constituted unionism or nationalism. And what I have proved is there was a third way, one of socialism and the trade union movement. And the court have recognised the significance of this political opinion as being landmark. The legal profession yesterday were packed in court, and we're congratulating our solicitor and my barristers yesterday internally for the great victory that they had won yesterday in the Court of Appeal. And this law can potentially give cover to the entire trade union movement, which could be upwards of 7 million people. It's not a change in the law, it is a new law. We have proven that trade unionism is a viable political expression of your opinion. However, I would have to say I'm deeply, deeply saddened and disappointed by the non-attendance of my trade union, Unite. The Regional Secretary Jimmy Kelly and Tony Woodley have stated that they were back in this dispute with campaigns. Not one person from my union came to the court yesterday. Not one person, despite being informed by my solicitor, Fintan Canavan, that we had won the appeal yesterday, have even seen fit to congratulate me in any way. My other two shop stewards, Madden Gupta and Chris Boyer, cannot be here today because the union have asked them to sign up to a deal where they will pay compensation to these men if these men remain silent for the rest of their lives regarding the dispute with the employer and the union. The men have also been asked to issue letters of exoneration for Tony Woodley and Jimmy Kelly, the Regional Secretary and the General Secretary of the Union, and they are in dispute over the contents of the wording, but are prepared to draft some form of letter to exonerate Tony Woodley and Jimmy Kelly. However, I cannot sign up to any such deal. My right to protest and my right to freedom of speech is not for sale. I will not be gagged or bribed. My solicitor, Fintan Canavan, is available for comment. As he said, he fully supports my democratic right to protest, and my civil liberties are not for sale, as he believes who would sell their right to protest and their freedom of speech for £40,000? Who would? Now, I've been injuncted by my union to not allow to protest outside London, and my union slammed me and said that I was in an unprincipled money grab, which I find extremely cutting. I was there to remove the gagging order and the right to speak about this dispute. And if this union have already said in a press statement that yes, they accept that the union did me wrong, then why can they not compensate me for their wrongdoing and ask me not to be silent and allow me to speak? And I cannot and will not sell that democratic right of mine to put into print what happened to me in my journey for the last 6 years, including the momentous victory that I got against an anti-trade union employer, which put a hole through Margaret Thatcher's anti-trade union laws. And I've actually furthered the aims of workers, something which I'm deeply proud of. I spent 14 days in hunger strike, 5 of them without water. I was taken to court, or taken to the hospital, infused with fluids, told they were getting a court order to force fluids into me, because I had to force my union and drag them by the hair of the head, as it were, metaphorically, to pay for the legal costs which I incurred in the tribunal, first of all, to win the case, and secondly, they had to give an undertaking they would pay in the Court of Appeal. My union had been taken into this against their will, in my view, And it's self-evident today that there's not one person here from the union, there was not one person in the Court of Appeal yesterday, and not one person is congratulated. And that I'm truly embittered about. However, my campaign will go on for justice against them. Ricky Tomlinson, Ken Loach, Jimmy McGovern, various others have come out in full support of me, and I will travel around the United Kingdom and Ireland to spread this issue as far and wide as possible, to have the story told in all its entirety and the truth about who done what and where and when I missed the speech.